Your primary worth is not how you can get a man to respond to you. It is not what a man thinks of you. It is not what you can do to pleasure or to bring value to a man. You are a child of the King of Kings. And the more you can imbibe that and take that in, then you can say, I don't need your approval because I have his.
Thrown targets are lightweight, weatherproof, take thousands of rounds of shooting, and make shooting fun. Pick up a set for your next range trip.
So if it's either be abused and not pay the cost of people trying to push my boundaries, or setting and maintaining healthy boundaries while people complain about your healthy boundaries, okay. Guess who won't push those boundaries? The people you want in your life. And I'm not saying that to be trite either. I'm saying that to be honest. There are people that people are like, gosh, you really? You don't? There are plenty of family members, plenty of people who, as a pastor, I'll tell you, I had people try to run over my boundaries and be all kinds of evil. You ever hear anybody I know not you folks, but you ever see somebody say something to your pastor that you were like, what in the world was that? And I'd be like, no, sorry. We don't, we talk to each other like adults and we respect each other, and I'm not going to take that. I'm not a trash can with a hairy lid for you to dump your garbage in. It's maybe why I'm not in vocational ministry anymore, but that's another story for another day. And I agree with you, dear, that women, that is countercultural, especially in conservative circles. But it should not be. It should not be. Your primary worth is not how you can get a man to respond to you. It is not what a man thinks of you. It is not what you can do to pleasure or to bring value to a man. You are a child of the King of Kings. And the more you can imbibe that and take that in, then you can say, I don't need your approval because I have his. Now that's the foundation of self-defense. If we said, wait a minute, how do we prevent some of these domestic violence situations? There are abusers like that and psychopaths like that out in the world. There are many of them out in the world. And guess what happens? Well, but you don't understand, John, there's a lot of guys like that out there. Quite frankly, those kind of psychopaths have a type. They do. And if you set healthy boundaries, they will snip at you and call you some names, and then guess what they will do? They will leave you alone and go find somebody else that they can abuse. Now you go, gosh, is that fair? It's not, but it's also not your problem. And so that foundation that, first of all, when we talk about women's self-defense, the first and underlying assumption of that, I can teach you all the punches and kicks. I can teach you firearm skills. I can teach you, nunchucks and verbal judo and all that stuff. But if you don't believe that you're valuable and worth defending, you won't use them. I say this all the time. I say when somebody asks me all the time, I get this quite frequently. John, why do you carry a gun? I carry a gun. If I have pants on, I have a gun on. And somebody's like, does he have a gun on now? Of course I do. I go, do I have pants on? Yes, I have a gun on, okay? And people go, John, why do you carry a gun? A lot of people have a lot of answers for that. And you might hear, if you're in conservative circles, I'm going to defend the republic and protect my family. And all this. Nah, man, I carry a gun because I might need to shoot somebody today. If I need to shoot somebody today, I'll need a gun. So I keep it with me in case I need to shoot somebody. Oh my God, why would you need to shoot somebody? Well, if they're a deadly threat to me and mine. I don't want to kill nobody, but I'll tell you what, I have a firm boundary. That boundary is nobody has a right to harm me. I am a child of the one true King, and I'm imbued with value from him, and nobody has a right to take that from me. Because he gave it to me, and he's the only one who could take it away from me, and that's not you. You ain't him. And if you try to take it away from me, I have a right to maintain that boundary that no, you can't. Simple as that. Aren't you worried, John, as a Christian, you kill somebody, you take away their ability to hear the gospel and believe and all that stuff? I didn't take away nothing. He did. That's him. He made that decision, not me. And in that decision, if he made a poor risk analysis and decided he thought he had a victim and he didn't, that is not my fault. He can answer to God for that. And so I'd encourage you as well. You have the right to say, I have the right to maintain my healthy boundaries. And if somebody else wants to overrun them, that's not a problem with me. That's a problem with them. And just because they make a stink about their problem, that does not make it my problem. You ever had that somebody, like maybe in your business, right? Somebody comes to you with a problem and they freak out about something because they want you to do something, but it's not a problem that you created or that you can do anything about? I have said that to people. I'm like, listen, blah, you did this, that, whoa, that you're making that sound like that's a me problem when in reality that is a you problem. Well, you have to solve my problem. No, I'm sorry. Actually, I don't. You're still trying to make a you problem into a me problem. And I'm not going to take the problem. But that takes a great self-worth. And I will tell you, as somebody who deals with hate on the internet all day, every day, I can't imagine being a woman on the internet. Holy cow. But yeah, I get all that all the time. So again, that's the foundation of self-defense. When we talk about attitude, what's my attitude? My attitude is simple all the time. I am a child of the one true King, and I have a right to stop anybody from. And that, you know how you practice this? Guys, you don't practice this when some guy is trying to in the face, or sticks a gun in your face and says, you're coming with me. If that's the first time you have to go, oh no, I have to defend my boundary, you're in trouble. You're in real trouble. Do you know how you defend those boundaries? You learn them in little things. You learn them when somebody comes and yells in your face or does things and you go, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask you to not speak at me in that tone. And if you need to speak at me in that tone, to go away and come back when you can speak kindly. We had this with a family member not long ago. Laura had to deal with this, and we had a family member in my home freaking out, just had a bad day and comes home and freaking out. And Laura had to go, hey, that's not the way that we speak at each other in the home, and so if you're going to rage like that, I'm going to ask you to step outside.
I wish I was that nice about it.
But
I did maintain a boundary, yes.
I've had a person in my home that had really significant mental illness and really significant challenges and would ramp up and get to launch speed, and we would end up in the hospital or with crisis response or with Phoenix PD at the house. Happened multiple times. And I had to learn, this was very hard for me, I had to learn when they went up that I went down. So they'd go up in volume and up in intensity, and I'd go down. And just go, no, sorry, that's not how I act. And to weather that storm and not own it, super hard. So guess what? And you go, I don't know if I can do that. Man, I can't tell you. Good books, some therapy. Therapy is for everybody. You know who goes to therapy? Broken people. You know who's broken? Everybody. We all broken, so we can all use some of that. Me and that number a bunch, okay?